thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
15's the mic. 15's the mic. Let's go. Watch 15. Go. Watch 15. Mike 15. Let's go. Mike 15.
Shotgun snap to Lock. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
45-yard line.
First and 10. Here's Wentz. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Phillip Lindsay on the return. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Blocking the throw, caught by Hamler. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
15's the mic. 15.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Wentz now on 1st down. Left side here to Sanders. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Wentz. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Lindsey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Locke gonna throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted by the Eagles.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And he puts it through.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Broncos 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll look to throw right away. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
The keeper. The tackle made by Derek Barnett. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Eagles 14, Broncos 3.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Eagles' 33-yard line.
They look to throw. It's Locke. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Let's go, dude. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
So that'll back him up 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Working from the gun, Wentz. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. My 40. My 40. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Shit. Tyson. Let him bring. That's it.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
He was brought down by Fabian Moreau. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Second cover, defense. Let's go. My 40. Here we go, G. Get up.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On play action, Lock. We're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
By the Eagles.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
10 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Wentz now to throw. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back in the back 7, phenomenal.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Lock now on first down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 37 yards.
At the 5-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Lindsey, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a loss of 1.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
At the Eagles.
One more time with Lindsey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Stop short of the
now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Philip Lindsey, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Broncos draw a bit closer.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
Makes the score Eagles 21, Broncos 17. Brandon McManus.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 20. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this the holiday season because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Sets up the screen to Gordon. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Locke working out of the gun. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Locke off a play action. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
17-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short.
Darius Slay on the coverage.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Pass intended for Jerry Jeudy. Incomplete.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath, as now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Wentz to throw. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Wentz now on first down. This ball complete to Rager. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Complete to Jalen Rager.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 45-yard line.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On play action, it's Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the
loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Line 15. Push him back. Push him back. Right, fellas, right. Let's go. Hey, Mike.
Shotgun snap to Lock. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That time he was looking for Jerry Judy, and it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. He don't know no better.
Operating from the gun. Lock. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Offense again here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At their 48-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he stopped immediately there.
Philip Lindsay.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Well, that's one stuff. We'll see if this defense has another in their back pocket.
I just wonder on the other side of the ball, do you just challenge the big guys up front? This is short yardage situation. We ought to be able to pick this up. Or do you say to yourself, they are awfully tough. I've got to throw it on this down.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
Ball carrier.
Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
4 yards.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz, flush to his right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At the 24-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsay. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
His third field goal now with a ball game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke. And this is caught at the 8. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, Locke. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
The ball carrier.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Locke. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And now look at him go. The 40, 30, past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a
That's
defensive
right.
battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun. Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick-6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Right here, right here. Mike 9.
Locke will try again on 2nd down. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Mike 15. Mike 15. Tighten up. Tighten up.
From the gun. Locke. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On the return, Jackson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
6 yards.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Man open. It's Goodwin. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it.
Wentz's pass.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
It's a gain of
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
48-yard line.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to...
Got a man.
All you
It's
gotta do is
caught
look and learn.
inside
Look
the
and
10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin, 52 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big play ability.
He certainly does, and not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Watch 15, back 15. Here we go, team. Here I come, here I come.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
By the Eagles.
Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing now is Locke. Got Gordon open, completes it. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Melvin Gordon.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and...
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, they show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. One final try for Locke. Able to get this to Gordon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Final score, Eagles 42, Broncos 23.